Hey Capricorn, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline here, go check your other major placements. Major placements are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're doing things a little different. Not really. We're starting with we're doing things the original way, how I started the channel, just for a couple weeks here. We're starting with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck. For an intuitive vibe, and then we're going to go to a more traditional tarot read with my Santa Muerte deck. And then we'll be ending it with a little commentary from the Wild Kuan deck, my newest deck. So that wasn't part of the original plan, but these other two are. We can do that, but we'll have to stop. Okay, so the first thing that popped out was Queen Bee. So my feelings on Queen Bee are changing a little bit, but not much. She's got some honey. She's got exactly what you want. She's got some honey, but she's also got a whole army of stingers ready. So you want that honey? You're going to have to endure some stings. She feels that she is self-protecting. She is defending herself. And you might want to figure out if you're something she actually does need to defend herself from. Because if you are, then this is what you can expect, is a bunch of bees stinging your ass. But if you are coming in peace, and then she might be able to put her defenses down, call off her army, and let you in and let you have that honey. But we're dealing with a Queen Bee here. She is going to defend herself. It's usually a female presence, in my opinion. That's my feeling of the card, is that it's almost always, I've never felt it was not a female presence. Of course, I'm open to all sorts of things, but I do feel like this is probably a female that you're working with who does have something that you want. It's almost like, on the one hand, I want what she's got. On the other hand, I don't want the consequences of what she's got, or I don't want to have to go through this to get what she's got, right? She's like, on the one hand, this, on the other hand, that. So she's going to defend her stock of honey, and she's going to defend herself. So, and she's going to perceive it that way. Other people might perceive it as an attack. So this could be you, or this could be someone you're dealing with. I almost always see it as someone you're dealing with. I don't know why that is, so she'll be perceiving it as defending herself. Other people might be perceiving it as an attack. It's actually reminding me of a video I saw recently of someone who had approached like I'm sure you saw it too, a cougar. And the cougar was stalking them, but the cougar was actually just defending their cubs. But their perception was that they were being stalked by a cougar, and the cougar's perception was that she was defending her home from an intruder. So that's a little bit, oh my gosh, we have another mixed match perception here. I had never really even, I should always read ahead here. I had not really even realized that we were getting a very similar message to this, mismatched intentions. So in this one, as in the other one, nobody's wrong, nobody's horrible, nobody's the devil. We just have someone who feels that they're defending themselves, and someone who feels entitled or wants something that this other person is defending. So you may not feel that you are intruding or asking for too much or something like that, which we do want to be asking for what we want, and then that presumes that the people we're interacting with have good boundaries all by themselves and don't need us to baby their boundaries. So we ask what we want from them, and then they I just realized I was doing that with somebody else, babying their boundaries. So we ask what we want from people, and then we and then they decide if they're willing to give it to us or not. So this is a similar situation, but slightly different. This is mismatched perceptions. Neither of these people are wrong. Neither of these people are bad. Just someone's here for a good time, and someone's here for a long-term commitment. And they're kind of trying to get this person. And we tend to view that whoever in the relationship wants the long-term commitment is the right one, and whoever is just here having a good time is the wrong one. But everybody's at different points in their lives, and if you have mismatched intentions, is that somebody's fault? Does someone need to change their intentions and who they are and what stage they're at in their life? Or is it just like, sour grapes, we could have gotten along, we could have had something good, but we don't want the same thing. So you may not, just like this other one, you may not be perceiving the mismatched intentions. You may not be perceiving that somebody here, that you may be working really hard and may not be able to see, may not be allowing yourself to see that somebody else is just here to have a good time. Or you may just be having a good time and not be realizing that the other person or the other party, because this could be work or this could be another person, this could be a friendship, this could be work. The other party, you may not see how sincere the other party is and how they want something with a lot of depth and a lot of longevity, and you're just here for a good time. So you may not be perceiving. So this card is here letting you know that somebody here has different intentions for you with your dynamic here. There's mismatched intentions. And then that's what's really funny is that's what's coming out with this card too, is mismatched intentions. Someone here feels like they're just defending themselves. So the other person feels like they're just acquiring some honey. Like that's what this is about, right? Honey. That's what bees are for, right? So, there's two cards here, and I'm getting an unusual interpretation for one of them, which is the mismatched intentions, and then we actually got the mismatched intentions card. Then we have Elixir of Life. This is caring about your body very deeply. This is a pleasure card, which is really interesting because I believe you got a pleasure card. You got the tuberose last time. And this has the same vibe to me. This is connecting with your body, connecting with your pleasure. Of course, life begins with an orgasm. I mean, some form of life begins with an orgasm, right? And that's true throughout the entire animal kingdom. So this is getting in touch with sort of the animal parts of your body, feeling good, tapping that elixir of life, which could be the honey here, right? Because honey is such an elixir of life, and she's even smelling a flower, which is an important aspect of honey. That's interesting. This is almost the exact same vine in both of these. So somebody here could be just enjoying themselves, and somebody here could have some more serious intentions. But this is a card about just enjoying yourself and enjoying a moment. That's really fascinating. It's like the same vine-looking thing. And this is like just a deep enjoyment of all the pleasures that life offers our bodies, and a real peaceful, nurturing view of your body. I mean, so often our bodies can be so full of pain and difficulty and just sources of pain for us. So this is making sure that we're balancing that out by bringing pleasure to our bodies. Wow. And I mean, this one's called The Art of Seduction, and then we have the Elixir of Life. So there's just really some strong connection between these two cards of pleasure and enjoyment. There are some mismatched intentions here, but there's also a need to just enjoy a moment. Enjoy where you're at. Okay, and then we have flower spirit, which is also interesting. I mean, there's a lot of flowers here, but there's just a lot of flowers here. We have a lot of flowers here. Flower spirit. So this is sort of some ancestral or spiritual angelic support for whatever you're going through, for some sort of change, some sort of opening up, some sort of change that you're going through is very well supported here spiritually. And because I just have 4 flower cards here, we have this queen bee here with these bees pollinating. This is a highly sexual read, honestly. We have the Art of Seduction. We have the Elixir of Life, enjoying your body. We have the Art of Seduction, mismatched intentions, but I think both of you are enjoying a moment. Somebody here wants a longer moment, and somebody here is just here for the enjoyment. Then we have the queen bee, which is all bees are, the birds and the bees, right? Fertility, pollination. And then we have flower spirit, somebody here helping you maybe open up, maybe even sexually, because there is such a sexual vibe to the rest of this. So, I mean, that's there. It could just be bodily pleasure. We have a honey pot, though. There could just be some very interesting. I'm not quite connecting it all yet. We have apple blossoms, choices, knowledge, illumination. white are the flowers of the apple tree that bring us fruits of fertility. Fruits of fertility, you don't say. So apple blossoms here. Choices, knowledge, illumination. And then we have gloxinia, love at first sight, and proud spirit. When I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew Shakespeare. So, well, that's definitely in line. No tuberose, but all right, let's move to the body of the reading now that we're 10 minutes in and we've spent half of our time on these other ones. So we're going to go to the Santa Muerte Book of the Dead Tarot. For Capricorn, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. This is a very interesting reading. So, in your recent past, we have something very fascinating. We have the Lovers. So it's actually getting a similar vibe of this. Normally, I feel like the Lovers is a choice to follow our heart, or a choice to follow what's logical, to make it make sense, to think rather than feel our way through life, and our feelings are super crucial. But what I find interesting here is we have the female participant dressed in red, focused on the relationship, focused on the heart. And then we have this participant, this party, focused on something external. So here is this key coming down to the heart, and they have a choice whether they're going to take that key and open that heart, or not take that key and continue on. So there's something here that's very illogical. This motherfucker right in here is super illogical and has the craziest ideas, the craziest ideas that don't make any sense. But it's important to listen to it. And this was a choice to follow the heart, or to do something a little more logical that makes sense. This makes sense, and we can explain it to people, and this is the right thing. This is what was planned. This is what needs to happen. But here's this couple, and together they're gonna open a new path. The path of heart is calling, divinely guided, opening up that path of heart. What I also find interesting is normally, I mean, it is a choice. It's a choice to follow the heart. But because we have this art of seduction here, I do feel like it was a choice that maybe was put on pause or was presented to you. But I feel a pause here on it. But this key coming in, and we're looking at it. We're considering this choice to follow a path of heart. Again, this could be a work situation or a career situation where something's really caught your eye and you'd like to open up a new path of heart, a new path that's really calling to you, more so than what was logical, what was planned, what was thought out. So there may have been a plan, but the heart has started speaking up and wants to be listened to. We have King of Wands here. In your present situation, this is probably a real person. This one's male or female. I love how, he's pointing the way forward. He's pointing to the elixir of life, the way things are laid out here. So King of Wands, though, I mean, talk about continuing on with the sexual vibe of this. The King of Wands is very inspiring, very charismatic. Lots of people listen to a lot of leadership qualities with this person. And this is again, so the King of Wands is again talking about, this could be about career inspiration or something that's just really captured your heart. Overall, I'm definitely seeing a relationship vibe to this reading, but if that's not resonating with you, this could definitely be with having hit some sort of career idea or something that's very exciting. Your current situation could involve a party that's not all that engaged, not all that interested in the long-term potential here, but I'm actually being more, that's what this is, right? And someone here is not inspired and someone here is inspired. We have this King of Wands who is inspired, who I believe is possibly you, coming in here as very inspired, very excited about something creative, something spiritual, something heart-filled. There is something here about, this King of Wands, very passionate, leader in passion. I mean, gosh, with this elixir of light, this art of seduction, and now we've got the Lovers and now the King of Wands. This is leader, passion, very in touch with his intuition and his passions. What makes him passionate? What drives him? And it's not just him. The kings usually have like a broader view of, looking at the whole kingdom, and looking at what's passionate for other people. But there's a leadership quality here. In your inner landscape, you have your inner landscape card. Another, you're looking in. You're looking within here. You're looking at what you want, what inspires you, what brings you joy, what brings you pleasure, what inspires you, what makes you happy. Where does this need to go? You're either thinking like, I need some time alone. You're thinking about that, like possibly needing to take a break from some sort of situation and sort of get more in touch with what you want, what you feel, what you think, or you are doing that. And you're very focused on, your own path and how this relates to your own path. There's a sense of sort of burial, a solo burial. Obviously, it's the Hermit card, right? Solo burial, to re-emerge into some sort of situation with a lot more clarity and a lot more understanding of what you want. So you're either wanting that and not quite able to get it, or you could be afraid of being alone. And afraid of looking at your own light, afraid of seeing what lies within. He's buried in this coffin with his own creepy crawlies here, right? As we've discussed, I don't know, in any of your readings, those inner demons, those inner things, he's buried with that. And that's part of being alone, is facing the fact that, metaphorically, all these dirty dishes are yours. So you're the only one here making dirty dishes, and you can't point at any roommates or any spouse or any kids that are making dirty dishes. All these dirty dishes are yours. And I mean that both physically and metaphorically, when you're face to face with your own inner demons, with your own things, when you're alone for a long time and you have to be like, oh, yeah, look at the areas in which I fuck myself over, in which I make my day bad, in which I, taking responsibility for your own path and your own light and not being able to look to other people. So you may be worried, you may be afraid of being alone, and that might keep you in a mismatched situation, actually, where the intentions are not equal. Or you're hoping to get in touch with something inside of yourself, with what you really want, with what inspires you and where your path is leading you. What's at issue here is this Page of Wands reversed. So this is like not understanding, not being inspired. It's like the first step in inspiration. This could be a person involved here, a person who's not feeling very inspired, which is really funny because we've got sort of a beginner here, someone new to something that's not feeling very inspired, not really understanding, not feeling very passionate. And then we've got mad, crazy, passionate leadership. Let's go, 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 go. So that's what's funny about this, is we have one person who's go, 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 and one person who's like, I'm thinking about it. And that's what I said about this too. We've got one person who's really focused on this thing and another person who's really focused more outwardly, but this is more about someone's got the key and I'm getting a real Ghostbusters vibe here. Someone's got the key and someone's got the heart that the key opens here. But this combo here, this is someone very passionate, very much ready to go. And here's someone that's just not feeling it, maybe isn't very in touch with their intuition, maybe is new to feeling intuition and isn't quite sure what's going on here, and if they can trust the situation or trust what they're feeling. So we have this perfectly mismatched thing. I mean, this page turns around and then we have someone that's wanting to learn about passion and intuition, but we've got it upside down here. Maybe a little immaturity here, maybe just not ready. I mean, basically your page is going to be your beginner, your learner, and someone here just isn't ready for this, isn't ready for movement. I mean, this is in the upright. I mean, they're not moving on their intuition. They're just kind of sitting with it, but they may not even be feeling passionate. They may not even be feeling, we've got these two beds of roses here as well as these two beds of roses. So that's kind of drawing my eye. That's kind of interesting here. Those rose vines showing up again and again in this reading. So that's got to mean something to somebody, because we've got 4 cards covered in rose vines. And roses are just going to be passion, passionate love, really, and passion. So, so someone here is just not feeling it, not ready. not even ready to get started. They're not even ready to start on this journey. They're just not there. And somebody else is very much there and very excited to get going here. In your situation, representing somebody in this situation, we have this Knight of Pentacles. We have someone who is carrying, they have earned a lot, they've learned a lot, they're carrying they've made huge investments, they're looking to the future, but they're more of a planning. Someone here wants to go really, really slow. This is really funny because we also have a total mismatch here. We have somebody that wants to go really slow, wants to plan things out, wants to get organized, wants to have a spreadsheet about where we're going and what we're doing. And this is a very different energy than this King of Wands, who is very clear on what they want, very much knows. And so this Hermit here could be you being very clear on what you want. Look, that light is just shining in his eyes. His own light is shining in his own eyes. Very clear on what he wants, very clear on what he wants to go to. So I think that Hermit could be you here. And then we have this Page of Wands, uninspired, not ready to go, not really in touch with their intuition, wanting to plan, wanting to focus. I feel like this is almost this Lover's energy too, right? Where we have to make a choice between something that somebody here wants to do, something that makes sense, wants to move very logically and very purposefully and slowly and makes sense. And somebody here wants to charge ahead and this person feels like they've got the right idea, and this person, this Knight of Pentacles, is feeling a little subservient maybe to this King of Wands and is really wanting to go slower. The Lovers is about these two energies coming together and needing to, some sort of choice and decision needing to be made in the past. And this is also this card of just somebody here wants to do like, doesn't want to go anywhere, and somebody here, or isn't ready to go, and somebody here is very much ready to go. Somebody here wants to plan shit out, and somebody here wants to wing it and just go with their passions and go. And so there's just this like totally mismatched energy all over here. Your to-do list is 7 of Wands. This is rapid growth, rapid communication, very quick, coming up overnight like mushrooms. Something needs to be communicated. And something does need to move quickly. So whether you're the slow pace person, if you're the King of Wands, you need to take leadership and communicate something. This sounds dangerous to me and weird, especially if you're dealing with someone that's got some foot dragging going on, isn't ready, isn't feeling inspired. Maybe you need to give a very inspired and impassioned speech. That's what's going on. This King of Wands needs to give, okay, there could be two scenarios here. We could have the King of Wands needing to give a passionate, inspired speech, communicate their vision, communicate, which is surprising that the King of Wands hasn't already done that. I just was assuming the King of Wands had already communicated something. But since the 7 of Wands is sitting right underneath the King of Wands, I'm saying this King of Wands needs to clearly communicate what they want and their passion. I don't think someone's communicated their passion. That's what I'm seeing. I mean, maybe you're just sitting here vibing and like maybe somebody will see what I'm feeling later. The other scenario is this Knight of Pentacles isn't you. I'm surprised because I would expect that Capricorn is the Knight of Pentacles. In my mind, I don't know if that's official, but in my mind, Capricorn is the Knight of Pentacles. But there's a lot of communication that needs to happen. I mean, obviously, right? If we're having mismatched intentions here, communication needs to happen. These two people need to start talking very clearly about what their intentions are and what they want. So I think the 7 of Wands is about communication. Knight of Pentacles needs to say what the plan is, what they need, what they're planning, what they're organizing, what the plan is. Because it's not fair to leave. If you're planning, this person needs to communicate what the plan is. Like, because the other person may not know that you even want something and that you even want to go anywhere. And this person needs to communicate very clearly what's inspiring them, where their passion lies, and what they're planning as well. You guys start talking, start actually communicating about what you want out of this situation. Because remember, this is mixed matched intentions. And it's not that anybody's bad. It's just that they're just not matched. And it just needs to be discussed about. It kind of surprises me that this 7 of Wands communicate messages, Communicate what you want, communicate what's on your mind. And then it looks like you guys are going to find something great here, because all this clarity comes in, and from this clarity comes growth, comes happiness. Here we got a little duet singing here, and we got these sunflowers growing and a lot of clarity, and that clarity brings a lot of happiness and a lot of growth. So you just need to clear the air here. I mean, this seems like I just wasn't expecting that you hadn't even discussed intentions and what people want and the paces people want to work at, go towards, and anything like that. And so your to-do list basically is communicate. Get clear, communicate what you want, listen to what the other person wants and what the other person's planning. And where do you go with that? Sunshine. That's beautiful. You're going to sing a little duet. There's going to be a lot of clarity. It's going to be beautiful. All right. Whew. This is reading. Fun. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Anything from Wild Kuan Yin? Well, yeah. I mean, what are you going to say? No. All right. Here we go. Look at that. Some dancing, some creativity, some ribbon dancing. The creative power. The mind often wants to see and know exactly what is around the corner, but to manifest, we have to give up certainty and embrace the process. Choosing to live creatively will bring you more joy and success than any amount of certainty ever could. So that's what I'm seeing here. That's this choice. The planned route, the route that makes sense, or the path of heart, that creative route. And we've got someone here that wants to do a path that makes sense, or maybe everything around you. If this is a work reading, this is everything around you is trying to make you make sense. It's trying to be logical. The Knight of Pentacles is very logical, very, very, but we've got this King of Wands here, and the King is going to trump this. This is the path of heart, and it's going to end up being greater and more powerful and better. I mean, yeah, then this guy wins, right? He's the king. He's the only king we have in this reading. We got the little page here, just starting out, not feeling very inspired or not following their intuition, not even starting down the path. But this king's got to win. I just feel like we've got this Lovers here, and we got the king. Anyway, you got a choice has to be made between going with certainty and embracing the creative process, the unknown. So, all right, creative power here. All right, Capricorn, I just feel like I need to thank you. I love doing that reading. Thank you so much for your likes, comments, and subscribes. I very much appreciate that.